on. So I saw where Isiah Thomas, the legendary guard for the Detroit Pistons, was on. I think first take, and he said the Pistons used to beat the Bulls head to head, and people booed them in Chicago. Isaiah's from Chicago. I'm like, why they booing for? Isiah Thomas to me is one of the most underrated. The real Isiah Thomas, by the way, Detroit Pistons, the one that really counted. Not no flash in the pan for a couple years. That other dude was good for a moment, but Isiah Zeke Thomas, legendary, was the truth. Because I'm gonna tell you something. From John Stockton to Steve Nash to Steph Curry, everybody was this man some demographic to the small man. Allen Iverson does too. Still the baddest 6'2" and under guard I ever saw in my lifetime. I know it was Tiny Archibald that predated me a little bit, and I caught Tiny near the end. But Isiah Zeke, I still take Zeke. That man was cutthroat. And I always said this too. He was a shorter version that inspired Michael Jordan more than Bird, more than Magic did, and others. More than Clyde Drexler, whoever you want to call it, whoever you want to put there as amongst a Michael Jordan peer. I thought Isiah Thomas was the one that brought the best out of him. The Pistons team and what he did. So all he did was tell the truth. They used to beat him. The problem with the Pistons was simple, a few things. They were too black for the media to sell them. There's politics in the game. There's eye candy in the game. And Isiah may have that slow, soft tone, but he was a brother. And I was talking to a buddy about this last night. You can't be too black. NBA was not about to being too black. Cat was singing Heaven Must Be Like This. They was a black team, okay? Detroit always had a soul brother aesthetic to it. So when they won the chip, there was almost like frowns around because their style of ball is not soft, and they go at you. They play a certain way. They were not finesse. So they was going to crash and hit you and come at you. So he told the truth because it took Scottie Pippen to get tough and to be an all-star and get his game going. Michael Jordan had to go to another level too. They had to play up another level. It's a funny thing when Bill Jackson built the Chicago Bulls dynasty in that run, and even with the Lakers, he brought along James Boot Edwards, brought on John Sally. You saw former Pistons being brought over. Why is that? Because that was a depth of respect. That was gratitude. Dennis Rodman, as you remember, when the Bulls last three-peated, who they bring? The Worm. Think about it. Respect for game knows game. And they knew how tough it was. So Isiah Zeke Thomas told the truth. Those Pistons teams were beating them Bulls teams. They never got the love. They went to 3 straight finals, won 2 out of 3. Should have probably got robbed in the 88 one. They were close to being a three-peater. And Isiah Thomas never got his due. He beat Magic and Bird in their prime and their peak, unlike Jordan. I'm not taking nothing away from Jordan's greatness as an individual player, but I'm just telling you, no one tells the truth about what Isiah Thomas did with those Pistons teams and how great they were. And if you think about it, they are a precursor to what you see not only with the Bulls, but with the Warriors. Because if you think about it, Rick Mahorn, Bill Laimbeer, James Boot Edwards, and Rodman, and those guys, Laimbeer too, they were used as bigs as detractors, detours, I should say. Isiah and Joe Dumars invented Johnston microwave when he went under, and Adrian Dantley was there. And they were on the perimeter. They were used as decoys to play on the perimeter. They were more on the top of the key and what have you. They were used like that. They weren't used. They weren't using the traditional form of using the center. So those cats were using pick and pops and screens, and because if you looked at the game, what's the game back in '84 when Isiah had Kelly Tripucka, and I'm going to say Mark Aguirre too, because when he came in the Adrian Dantley trade, his style, they were more guard, small forward, low guard play. If you watch what they did, that predates what a lot of the basketball you see. But when Isiah and Kelly Tripucka would lighten up the scoreboard back in the day, so they've been so criminally unslept on. They should have a 30 for the documentary about their influence with Chuck Daly, rest in peace, to what they did. Because they changed the game. Imagine if they played in the tempo, sped up. Imagine what Isiah Thomas could have done. Anyway, that's my thoughts and tips about Isiah Thomas being booed in Chicago because he told truth about those Pistons beating those Bulls head to head during those times. Give me your thoughts and takes. Let's have some feedback on that. You agree with Zeke? Disagree? Hit me up. I'm out. Hit that like, hit the subscribe. Out. Peace.